It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Jets and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here as it'll be the New York... Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. It's near the 25, just a little pass there, called it the 26. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. At the 25-yard line. Operating from the gun. Jarrett finding his target. It's Trey McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
On first down, Burks. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Looking to throw on second down. Jarrett. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Burks. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jarrett. Catch is made by Metcalf. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 18. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll run on first down. Burks. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Burks. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Off play action. Jarrett under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Harris there finding his way home to record the sack.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They'll try the left side. Burks. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Now Herbert throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again on the ground, again it's Ward. And he'll have a Jets 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Now a 2nd and 2. Now Herbert off the bootleg. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Herbert off of play action. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. To the air again, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
This is taken at the 15. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49.
And the Jets will take over.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
Herbert now. This one into the hands of Burton. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, New York.
And let me tell you, that wasn't as easy as it looked. Dancing away and moving forward for 6 yards.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Willis. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. His man, LaVisca Chenault. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Dolphins' 38-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. There's another one complete to Chenault. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. 1st down in the red zone.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. Offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Burks. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake. Jarrett. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Jarrett. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Burks. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The Dolphins at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. A good pickup there, 20 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he will take it in for the Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Dolphins are able to widen their advantage.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. Second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 8. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
Now it's Herbert.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt.
This is taken at about the 14. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
This is 2nd and 8.
At the 21-yard line.
Off the bootleg, Jarrett.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Burks. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 46-yard
Looking to throw. Jarrett. Left side here, taken in by Metcalf. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. That one goes for 24 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, Jarrett.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw.
He gets this one to Burks.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But it's certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Back to throw again. Touchdown, Dolphins!
touchdown lead now.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards.
And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Herbert on first down now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down.
Second and 7 at the 19-yard line.
Here's Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
First down, New York.
On first down, Justin Herbert. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Throwing to start the drive. Jarrett.
That's caught downfield by Pickens.
The way in for a Miami touchdown.
George Pickens.
35 yards.
And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Patterson now for the extra point.
He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. The Raiders trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the Dog Pound. And they were winners in that ball game as they beat the visiting Washington Commanders. Nick Chubb, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Nico Collins, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
At the 40-yard line.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First down, Jets.
Play action. It's Herbert. Throw caught there by Willis.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, it's Willis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Brings up second and a yard at the 32.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is third and a yard. They run it with Ward. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
First down, New York.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 13-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Willis And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Jarrett.
It's complete. Burks. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Burks
takes it to about the 37. Well, these 2 teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami.
To throw on 2nd down. Jarrett.
He's got McBride here over the middle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he lost the football. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. The throw over the middle, taken in. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 17-yard line. They'll run on first down. Burks. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Jarrett firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw on 3rd down. Jarrett.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
New York set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Up the middle they go. It's Willis. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. For a left side, complete. That's Willis. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Looking middle, and that's complete.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
A shotgun snap for Herbert.
Finds his man on the out route. It's Chenault.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Herbert on 3rd down now. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Now 2nd and 3.
Off play action. Jarrett going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown! DK Metcalf, 83 yards.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
And New York set to take the field.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taking it about the 36. Pushes him aside at the 45. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Slot man moves right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Burks.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give, right side. Burks
taken down at the 30.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Parker, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch your team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Jarrett. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Back to throw again. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and
7th straight win to start the year. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Miles Murphy in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
Connection made with Chenault.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's the Jets punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They run the counter. Burks. And once again, not much running room, if any at all.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Jarrett.
A shot downfield for Burks.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd down, here's Herbert.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
That second down play nets a -4. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Burks. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Miami. Fielded just inside the 30.
This was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Dolphins, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.
Thank you.